everyone, and welcome to Zeepkist Cup of the Day. For those of you who don't know how this works, we get 10 minutes to practice a map we have never seen before, after which there will be 2-minute elimination rounds where the slowest players get eliminated. This week, we have this map by Murrl. Interesting map name. And interesting map already. I have bounced many times. Pretty basic looking, but basic looking layout, but with a lot of little tricks, I think. It's gonna be one of those kind of learny ones where you have to figure out where the jumps are. Oh, big turn. Much harder turn. I'm following Jobber's line. Jobber seemed to have gotten away with it better than I did. A lot of people just up on the outer wall up there. I don't think that's where you want to be. Alright, good times, everyone. Good times. 42.9 is the author time, so let's let's try to shave off 13 seconds. So far right side of the road, and then jump down into that little downhill. And that allows you to then jump to the next spot without bouncing. Yeah, that, and you want to jump in the yellow before you even hit the blue piece. Probably no airtime on that rollover, or as little as possible. Oh, okay, I actually made that turn this time. Oh, you don't want to jump there. I missed the checkpoint. And Quick Racer and Hydro joining as well. This is the super stacked lobby. This was plenty stacked before. So super far right side, as Sandals has figured out. Jump. Oh, did not get a good landing there. That's probably going to be where everyone resets during rounds, because I could see that landing going poorly a lot of the time. Whoa. My tires, front tires were touching, and it was turning me like crazy. It's kind of memory heavy too, because you can't see around a lot of these corners, so you just gotta know what the next turn is. Like this one that I've already set up poorly for. Okay, I guess I'm on the outside. Probably not the ideal line. It's enough for 6th right now, as it seems like not many people have figured out the track just yet. Current Cop has, looks like that's Zoman in second. Might have R-Tube looking fast. I would say everyone else still having to figure things out here. That is difficult. Where do you want to land that? I want to jump towards the right, actually? Probably. And then the end also. I should take a look at this. I suppose if you're on the far right side, like Ronan just did, you can do that with little airtime. Ping kind of made it also. Assume that's what you want to be doing. Oh, Kern got some air. Everyone's getting air. Oh, this is a fun ending. Well, as much as I'd love to keep watching that, I should practice. First turn does not come up quite as fast as I think it does. It's gonna be so hard to optimize that drop down right before CP2. Yeah, Kern does jump well to the right. If you can land kind of in the section where the banking of the road starts, that's probably ideal. It'll give you a nice soft landing and kind of push you in the direction you want to be going. Kern with a very wide setup, which makes sense because you do kind of want to get some control of that corner if you can. Oh yeah, and then wide setup there. Kern was not able to keep it on the road. It actually doesn't look like you lose too much time if you miss the final corner. That's a good little safety wall at the end. Kern with a super wide setup there just to make that landing good. If you have 84 speed, I don't think you need to arms up to land smooth on the next one. And how wide of a setup do you need for this turn? Oh, I actually got that super clean. I wasn't able to keep it on the road though. So 7/10 up, I was up a little bit of speed. Oh, it ends up being down actually, so it does lose like a second to go wide. That is a pretty big deal actually. Okay, 85, actually a bit of a diagonal jump, and that was almost perfect landing. So by 85 speed, you want to start angling the jump a little bit so you don't over jump it probably. Uh-oh. Yeah, that ending, well here, this is basically the 1 second I was talking about, so. Oh, that was also a 0.6. Oh, only 82. Guess that was a rougher landing than I thought. This jump, being able to get this nice would be a big help also. I haven't been able to do that yet. Oh, that was probably too tight of an entry. No, you can get away with that, actually. Oh man, I just need to keep it a little bit wider when I'm coming towards the end. If I can just be a touch wider, I'm turning too early for the final portion of that turn. It's a big right-hand turn that you have to think about in like 3 separate parts. .86 speed. Oh, that's gonna be a bit fast. Okay, still got a good landing with that. Jumped a bit far. This is a tough map to optimize. I do like it though. I agree with R2. This map is great. And then here, stay outside, stay, and then turn. There we go. That is how you do the ending. Okay, I think I'm starting to understand this. There's a couple of jumps that are a little bit tricky. This one at the beginning coming into the... actually still in the pink here, before CP2. And then this one is the real tricky jump, the yellow to blue, which I haven't quite got the aim correct. Oh, that was probably good. That was the best I've done it so far. There's a hill on the left side that is very blind in this camera angle. Stay on the road. Okay. I saved it somehow. Alright. Yeah, I've got this figured out, I think. I'm still only 7th. I guess everyone else is also improving at the end here. That was a nice landing. So much of this map comes down to that landing right there. That determines so much of the speed. And then probably how well you do this jump determines quite a lot also. It was a bit bouncy, but I don't think I lost too much speed for that. And this turn, I kind of think you can just take fully inside. Ah, it's the air. So you come around, you want to hit this final checkpoint. I think it's the, not even the final checkpoint, before that. You want to get to about here before you even leave the very left edge of this track, or else you're going to get airtime and do what everybody else is doing, and riding around the outside at the end. Only a few people surviving this final corner. 42.8, current comp does get author time. 52 player lobby, pretty stacked lobby, lots of very good players in here. Yeah, let's see how eliminations go. This is a tricky map. I feel good about it. I feel like I know the line, but that's not gonna mean it's easy for me. Fortunately, a lot of people, I think, don't know the line, so I might be able to make it through a lot of rounds just with half-decent runs. Angling that jump is probably the hardest part. It's that hill that I've hit with my left tires. It's the one that I was saying I can't really see him. I'm contemplating different camera for that. And then wide, I got air still. I was too inside for the beginning of that turn, actually. Wasn't even the end of the turn. It's not even, I don't even know what to call that because it's all the same turn. It just goes on forever. Okay, I need more of a jump into blue this time. Ooh, a little bit to the left, not ideal. I don't quite have time for a reset when I hit the blue jump, which is unfortunate. Okay, super wide, super wide, super wide. Nice. Kept it on track. Only 13th place. Thought I'd be a little bit speedier than that, especially considering I was like 16th with a really bad run. So few people making the final corner. Curran with the 0.5, pretty quick. Zodiac with the 0.8, second to beat author time. Most people get a time. It's not too hard of a map to finish, but to actually do it well, that is the tricky part. That's kind of the thing with Murrl maps, I think, is they have their tricks, right? Every Murrl map I've played has had some sort of trick to it. This one, it's knowing how to do jumps and getting airtime in the places you want and not in the places you don't want. Which is pretty tough to do. That was probably the best jump into the blue section I've had. Yeah, that's showing up in this speed. Man, even from the far outside, you get a little bit of lift on the inside tires. Solid time, though. Personal best, 43.4. Felt like a long time I was in that turn, but it's good for speed to get the angle for the drop down. Probably don't want to take any of these turns too wide, though. How much does that lose? A decent amount. Definitely don't want to be getting bad jumps into the blue section. I wonder about steering limits, because it really feels like when I get to the ending, looking at my inputs in the bottom right, it feels like I'm right on 80% for both of these last two turns. There's the big left-hand turn that I think you almost just hold 80 once you get to the checkpoint. I mean, the right-hand turn, it didn't look like I ever went above 80 either, so it would be interesting to try. Oh, everybody finished in that round. 47s, I think, being eliminated. I think just knowing a couple of the tricks on this track, like how to get speed here with this drop down, And then the jump from yellow to blue coming up. I think that will get me so far in this cup, just because I think a lot of people aren't going to be very good about that. That was so clean. Okay, go wide. Okay, minimal airtime, that was nice. Wow, big PB. 42, let's go. It's not Kern Cobb fast, but that's the third fastest in the world. This does seem like a track that suits me, in a sense. I'd say the only part of this track that I don't particularly like is this yellow to blue jump. Just feels very specific, the angle you want to have. And I do have enough time to reset at that jump. That camera angle helps me see the little grass mound on the left. I don't know if that's a big deal or not. Yeah, ending is pretty free at 80%, not gonna lie. Let's not try to be skillful with it. Let's just set the 80 on and take the free finish. Well, some people struggling. This is a really funny end. I enjoy this. I don't know if I'd say I'm having a blast driving the ending, but it is very entertaining to watch. So, I was second place in that round. Solid. If I could keep doing 42s, that would be amazing. I think getting these jumps consistently is going to be tough, though, so I'm not sure if I'm going to have the consistency to do 42s. I seem to be fairly consistent with that drop down, although it is a very specific line that you need. And it's this one. Okay, that was nice. I kind of am trying to aim for the pole on the right. Uh-oh. Actually, that's probably fine. Nice. Alright, still a 42. I think the steering limit at the end helps. Back to the pole I was talking about. I think it's the marker for checkpoint 3 on the right side. I'm kind of aiming directly at it. But the thing is, the angle of the jump means you don't go exactly where you're aiming. You're going a little bit to the left of where you're aiming. I say as I go directly into the place I was aiming. Maybe it's because you're also kind of on a left-hand turn there, so it's a difficult setup, is my point. And it seems to matter a lot for how fast you can go on the rest of the track. The pole's very solid, also. Oh, that flower is also incredibly solid. So I'm wondering, if you have a ton of speed, can you actually jump that mound of grass that I keep hitting? Because I almost did it on my first run without losing too much time. I wonder if that's something I can be consistent with. Hydro 42.6, a solid time, not quite Kern's world record, but definitely another contender in the mix. I think I tapped the grass at the start, on the left side actually, not immediately at the start. Let's keep this run up until this jump. That was fine. You get very close to lifting off of the ground there, just naturally, when you have speed. Tiny bit late on the turn-in, but I think it's fine. Ooh, I had a little bit of a slide out hitting the grass on the left side with, like, my back left tire only. Oh, okay, good start split for once. 86 speed. Very fast. Pretty solid jump. Let's just see what... Okay, no airtime naturally there. But it was close. Come on, stay on the track. Okay. I think if I end up that wide, I want to release the 80% steering limit. Another thing that's really tough there is, like, even if you're turning when you hit this spot, if you're still turning to the right, you're gonna lose traction on the inside tires. So even if you are on the far left side of the track, that doesn't necessarily mean you're safe when you hit that section of the final turn. The bump in the final turn. Curran back to winning ways. I did not have a very strong round, but it's okay because don't need it just yet. Feels like I've been playing this map for longer than for us to be in a round of 32. A bit far on that jump. It's not ideal, but I'm just kind of taking runs right now. Yeah, hitting the grass there is not ideal either. You absolutely can just go full inside line there. Okay. Did not get the track that time. That is a tough ending. Whoa. Car's a little wobbly when it starts landing one tire at a time. Makes it a little difficult to predict. Oh, I think our tube has messed up. Okay, solid enough run. I wish I could be faster with more consistency. Stint needs a time is coming in. Hope Stint does not improve enough to get out. Zoman wins this round with a 0.6. Kernkop has been also inconsistent, it seems. He usually gets 42.6, and actually the time he put in this round is just looks like he missed the ending. Ended up on the outer wall. So that is tricky for everybody, though. There's your proof. Yeah, Stint also struggling with the final corner. That is very tough. Okay. Nice jump angle. Okay, I kind of like the little tap back to 100% steering. I felt like that made it a lot easier to stay on the track. Maybe I even just do 80 for the left-hand turn only. The one where it's super free if you have 80%. It was very wide. Hopefully I'm not too far down in time. I'm not. A 10th is not great, but I have a lot of speed. A little far to the left. I got turned more to the left by the way I hit my tires. put on the 80%, just hold inside line. Get up to here, switch back to 100. That was not good, I was too far to the inside. Yeah, pretty much everybody's struggling with this final corner. Still, 44s at this point is what's getting eliminated. Not even top 20 yet. 42.4 from both Zoman and Kernkop in that round. Sterben with a very fast time also. Wow, people are getting fast. Okay, very solid start. There's the 86 speed again, and without being as far down in time. Kind of a low jump there, but that might have worked out well, even though I got an extra bounce. Yeah, that's still very good. Ah, yep. Okay, I think I just need to be even more outside. That's annoying, though. That was a very good run. Okay, good landing, though. Not quite as much speed, but still very good. The low jump again. I'm liking the low jump a lot. Can I do that consistently? Probably not, but it seems to be a lot faster. And just very outside. Yeah, I think just go back to 100% at that point anyway. Because of the fact that once you hit the checkpoint, you just want to take this as inside as possible. And even with 100% steering, you're not skidding out, and it seems like I'm not going so far to the inside that I'm hitting the grass either. Weak knees, last second snipe, just barely enough to escape. Just now hitting top 20. It really feels like, to me, that we've been playing this map for a long time. Kern again with the 0.4. It's a new personal best for me that time, though. I'm not far off still. Okay, cannot believe I did not hit anything. Yeah, not as good of a landing that time. So when you do that blue section, it seems like taking a very low jump there. You get one extra bounce when you first hit the blue tiles, the blue bricks, whatever these are. But it seems like it's a very soft bounce, and it doesn't lose you as much speed as if you jump high and take one big bounce. That is a 0.2 from Kernkop. That is insane. That's decent enough speed. Yes, I'm pretty consistently having a tiny bounce before I even hit the checkpoint. But it doesn't lose me as much speed as jumping high. Okay, I survived. I survived so good that I didn't even want to drop the 80% steering limit. I was so much on the inside of that final corner. Kern at the beginning. Probably not going to help me too much. Who's coming to the end? I can't really see when names are in the wall. Looks like Round being eliminated. Little bit of a surprise. Is that, let's see, 44s. I'm guessing anything in the 44s with these players remaining is just missing the final corner. Okay, apparently a very good start. Yeah, I didn't think that drop down was as good though. Whoa, car's like hovering. That's such an interesting jump because of the way your tires will hit at different times on different runs. Makes it very hard to predict. Yeah, I'm confident on the final corner, the very final part of the final right-hand turn. I am confident to be on 100% steering for that. Again with the clean start. I'm not surprised that this is looking like my best run so far. I'm gonna try getting to 100% earlier. I was very hesitant there. I did not quite have the traction on the far outside of the track to comfortably turn in at the final corner. I just worry that having the 80% steering limit makes it possible for me to run wide right here if I have a lot of speed. So I wanted to try going back to 100. That was a bit scary because then if you skid out, you're definitely running wide. So I don't know, maybe the safety of 80% is better. So Hydro being eliminated that time, another multiple time Cup of the Day winner, and Jake adjacent as well. 43.5, that is probably Jake missing the final corner. That would be on pace for about a 42.5, which is a very fast time. But without the final corner, elimination. Now into rounds of 2 eliminations in the top 12. Yeah, we've been seeing in the last couple of rounds here, basically the proof that anybody can be out in any round if you just mess up one turn. Ooh, that was a really nice, like, glide on the front tires to kind of pull myself to the right. That is going to be difficult to do consistently, if that really is the strategy I want to do there. Uh-oh. That was too far to the inside on the bounce. 43.8. May or may not be safe depending on how many people mess up the final turn. .84 is not amazing, but let's see how this blue jump goes. I'm happy with that, actually, even though the speed is showing low. That was a really nice angle. I think the speed's better than it seems. Oh, not a whole lot better. Super late rollover. Outside, outside, outside. Super outside. Let's stay super outside. Okay, nice. Solid. Okay, that should be safe. Yeah, 42.7 at this stage. Feel good about that. Microways needs a time. Quick Racer needs an improvement. Microways does get the final corner. It's not enough. 43.7 is not going to cut it. Sandals looking for an improvement also does get it just barely up to 9th place. And Quick Racer, another multiple time Cup of the Day winner eliminated. Just in these last 3 rounds. We had Round with 11 Cup wins, Hydro with 8, Jake Adjacent with 2, and then now Quick Racer with 5 Cup of the Day wins being knocked out. Not even to the top 10 yet. Kern Cobb's still probably the heavy favorite here. A little bit of an overjump. That's fine. It's matching my PB. Super clean. At least it felt super clean. Less clean. Did not like that. A lot of people reset right there. Probably don't have time for 2 runs. Definitely, if I mess up the final corner, I'm gonna reset before I even get the finish. Because I need to guarantee that I get the extra run if that happens. Stop skidding. Okay. And yeah, I don't have enough time here, so hopefully that 42.8 holds. Still a number of players without a time, even in the top 12. Finally got the 86 again. Jawboy and Sturbin in trouble. Sturbin coming to the end. So I think Jawboy is eliminated. Sturbin does get the final corner clean. It is enough to knock out Zodiac at the last second. Question. Was Hydro's world record while he was still in Cup? Or did he just go off into another lobby and set that? I don't remember seeing a .1, but I also haven't been paying a ton of attention, admittedly. That was a pretty high bounce. It's not ideal. Still good speed even with that bounce. Okay, interesting. It's so hard when you get your left tires up on the grass like that, because the left side of your car does not have the traction to make that turn. You have to be so gentle to, like, somehow ease yourself back onto a full grip surface. Uh, 86, okay. I thought that was a little bit of a clunky landing, but 86 is very good. Ow! That is not good, and I'm in the elimination zone. That felt like a smooth landing. Also 86. A better strange set of bounces that time. Roughly PB pace. A little bit of a jump there. Still PB pace. Nice. Okay, that should do it. Yeah. Yeah, and it is a PB by 5 thousandths. Yeah, is Hydro just off destroying this world record somewhere? No, that's still the same, but Kern has seen it now. So Pandamain and MacCheesy, the Showdown teammates, eliminated. Okay, good start. Up over 1/10 of a second. Wow. Oh, that was awesome. That jump from yellow to blue really can always be better, no matter how good you think you've gotten it. It can be improved. Nice. Amazing. 0.3. And that's definitely me safe through this first round of single eliminations. Sandals and Goose without a time. Got Sandals right in front of me here, doing pretty much the exact same line I am. I just messed up the jump there. How about my plus 1.3 at checkpoint 1? That's like one turn. Not sure why I got that split. It was a clean start. Evidently it was a little bit fake, because I'm back to my normal splits now. Okay, and I was trying to be aggressive there. It did not pay off. Sterben coming into the finish is the slowest of the players to have finished. Goose is looking for a last-second snipe. Ooh, got some air. Still managed to make the final corner. Slow, though. Kernkopf does set a 0.1. Leads this round as he leads most rounds, even with my 0.3 on the table. Goose eliminated, and Goose the last of the non-Cup of the Day winners to get knocked out. Everybody left a... actually, Sterben only got the one Cup of the Day win, the rest of us multiple-time Cup of the Day winners. Obviously, Curran way out ahead of everybody. Zoman, very good also. Yeah, I knew I had to be aggressive with the start I had, but I still have time for 2 runs. Is it just that I haven't like completed that turn when I hit the checkpoint? Is that why my speed split is lying to me? Solid landing. A little bit down in speed. Of course, my PB is really good now. 80% is a cheat code there. Uh-oh, bad ending. I will take this because I'm not going to have time for anything better anyway. It gives me a win condition if Sandals DNFs. Of course, it gives Sandals something to target also. Bit of a high jump, and my tires betrayed me and turned me to the left. Sandals was slower. Okay. I guess I survived. My god, and I failed the ending again. Goose unhappy with that, understandably, as we all said the craziest times in the previous round where he got eliminated. 2 of us went well slower than Goose with the 0.3. Alright, well, somehow, against all odds, I survived to the cursed top 4. Let's see if I somehow manage to make it past this. I did that again. It's kind of a slow reset also. I hope I still have time for 2. This is kind of a bad first turn, I think. 84 speed is not very good there, but so much of it is about this jump to blue. Okay. Being aggressive. 42-0 from Kern. Crazy. 42.7 is my current target. Solid start, very solid start. Almost overjumped that. Nice, got the little jump to the right and managed to still not hit the post. It's not the fastest, but it could be 0.7 pace. Oh, the skid on the final turn. The hitting the inside. I threw. That was going to be a tough 0.7 anyway. Yep, 4th, as expected. As always. I was probably I was on pace for maybe a 0.6. Sturban last second did not improve. That would have been tough. I mean, the final corner was obviously very bad. I probably should have beat Sturban there, but oh well. 4th place finish, number 19 for me, I think. Zoman asking, where does the speed come from? What is Zoman's time? Super Zoomer Zoom Boy, 0.4. Not bad. Kern's obviously been very fast. Sturban has been, I think, very quietly putting in very good times. I haven't talked about him a whole lot, but he's been right up there this whole time. Also, the one cup of the day he won was one where he did not find all of the speed until the last couple rounds, so that could happen again. Kern on his first run. Yeah, a little bit of a bounce, but got the ending clean enough. 0.4 from Kern. Sturban final corner, got a much bigger bounce. He is just going to take the run as I had. No, actually, he reset last second. So Sturban deciding against taking a slow run. Zoman should have time for 2 runs still. Probably reset at the blue jump. Clean ending from Zoman. Not quite enough to beat Kern's current time. What does Sturban do though? Sturban drives in first person view, so we'll see what it looks like from his perspective. 0.5 is pretty fast, but Sturban definitely can do that. Nice low jump there. It's been a clean run so far. Does not do the steering limit. Nice, clean ending. Does it beat Zoman? No! 0.004 of a second, Sturban slower than Zoman. Oh, and Zoman actually sniped anyway, with the 0.325 in the last milliseconds there. I don't even know if it updated in the in-round leaderboard, but Zoman did go faster anyway. Zoman versus Kern now in the finals. Kern Cobb 33 Cup of the Day wins, Zoman 25. Both of them absolutely insane. No sweep. The sweep was off a long time ago. Zoman with the early reset. Kern, this is probably the most important part of the track. Wow, that is so insanely clean. He got the low jump and he didn't bounce at all. And then Kern Cobb as a keyboard player is definitely doing the 80% here. Ooh, that looked risky, but he got away with it. It looks clean. 42-0. That is fast. Zoman's gonna need to do some crazy stuff. Zoman hasn't even gotten past the start yet. Kern Cobb behind him. Zoman's PB, I think, is what he put down in the last round of that 0.3. Both of them reset. No more chances to reset starting now. So this is the final runs. Kern right behind Zoman. Kern a little bit more inside on that left-hand turn. I think Zoman got a cleaner landing there. Zoman does seem to have a little bit more speed. Both of them got a clean jump to blue. Okay, Kern being aggressive is not going to make that turn. Zoman does still seem to be on a good run. Is it enough to PB by 1/4 of a second? I mean, that is a tough time. Final corner struggles a little bit to get to the inside. How fast is it? 42.4. Kern Cobb will take another win. Congratulations, Kern. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see all the stats and results, I always post the link in the description below, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.